Hey Flight Simmers, today we got something special on deck, the Octavi IFR-1. Now this piece of hardware has been making waves in the flight sim community, especially for those who want a more immersive IFR flying experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now I know a lot of you have been asking about ways to level up your instrument flying, and Octavi claims this IFR-1 could be a game changer, especially for those who love flying complex approaches and navigating under the hood. So let's get right into it and see what comes with the Octavi IFR-1. We'll go over the design, the build quality, and initial impressions before we jump into the sim to see what it's capable of. But first, let's get this thing unboxed. Look at that. Comes in a nice little box. It's very, very lightweight. Oh, my tape. And so, actually, there you go. You can see the IFR-1. And then there's why you'll love this. There's 9 reasons right there to tell you why you're gonna love it. Oops. Okay, we got the tape off. Can open this up. It doesn't need any foam or anything. It fits right into this cardboard box, well, nicely fitted. We can take it out with the sides, and then it's very easy. Put your finger through that hole, and wow, this is crazy. It's just a little small thing. Like, actually, it's smaller than my iPhone, and like this is like, I don't know. I think it's like an iPhone 11 or something, but it's even smaller than that. So if we look at this even closer, so it's pretty solid. It's like uh, very well, like a really good calculator, like that type of a material. And if we try the buttons all feel nice, very nice. And then the knob, you got 2 knobs. You got the top and the bottom. You can hear that, the little clicking. That's when you're pressing on the rotary knob. You've got a place for your USB-C. And talking about the USB-C, we've got the cord here. So it's quite straightforward. Once you get this untied, and then you just plug that into your USB, and presto. So we'll just plug that in. So before we get this set into the sim, there is a standard functions cheat sheet. So it tells you right off the bat. There's a little thank you note. And then you also have the installation instructions. So for MobiFlight and the Octavi plugin. And then you also have a QR code that you can scan. And you can probably scan it right from this video, but it shows you how to install it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to now install this, and then go into the sim and see how this works. But right off the bat, it's nice and sleek. You could easily, if you're there are a couple of there's 4 little pads, so as to not just slide around on your desk. But if you really wanted to, and you wanted to put it onto your desk like permanently, or even like, you want to take it on and off, you can always put on a 3M strip, the one of those Velcro strips, and then that way it doesn't move on your desk. But we'll see it in action in just a few moments here. First up, setup. If you're flying general aviation and MSFS 2024 or X-Plane, or even MSFS 2020, the Octavi IFR-1 is pretty much plug and play. Here's how to get started. Head over to the Octavi website, download the MSFS plugin, whether it's 2020 or 2024, they have both, and drop it into the correct folder. It's super simple, no manual calibration, no button mapping needed. One important note, don't try to assign any buttons or knobs in the sim settings. The plugin handles everything automatically for you. Now, if you want to take full control of the G1000 FMS for things like flight planning or procedures, you'll need to use MobiFlight. At the time of recording, MSFS 2024 support is still in beta, so make sure you enable beta mode in MobiFlight. Once you've opted into beta, click check for updates to get the latest version. Now let's highlight some of the key features of the Octavi IFR-1 with quick examples of what it can do in the sim. Number 1. COM frequency changes. Switching COM frequencies is a breeze. Just click COM 1 or COM 2 on the device and turn the knob just like you would on the G1000. No more fiddling with the mouse or keyboard. Number 2. Using the shift function. One of my favorite features is the shift function. By pressing a knob, you can toggle between the white functions like radios and the blue functions like heading adjustments or flight planning. Number 3, dynamic lighting for autopilot modes. The Octavi IFR-1 also has dynamic lighting that updates based on your autopilot status. For example, if you're climbing in VS, vertical speed mode, the light will automatically switch to Alt, the altitude, when you reach your assigned altitude. It's these little touches like dynamic lighting that make this device not just functional, but incredibly immersive. Before we wrap up, let's quickly compare the Octavi IFR-1 to the Logitech Autopilot multi-panel, another popular choice for simmers. The Logitech panel offers features like trim wheel, flat buttons, and an auto throttle switch which can be used for airliners. It also has a display. However, the buttons and knobs on the Logitech can feel quite clunky. I got this about 3 years ago, and I think I might have used it for about 2 months before I put it on the shelf because it was just too hard to make changes when I was new on VATSIM. The Octavi IFR-1, on the other hand, provides smoother controls and a more versatile setup. Plus, its shift functionality lets you seamlessly toggle between different modes, making it especially intuitive for general aviation or G1000 operations. So while the Logitech has its place in some setups, the Octavi IFR-1 stands out for its precision and ease of use, making it a fantastic addition to any sim setup. If you're ready to pick up the Octavi IFR-1, you can find links in the description below of where you can find it. For in the US, it's available on Amazon. For Switzerland and Liechtenstein, I know I butchered that, but you can order that from Nebret. Again, I probably butchered that also. And for the rest of the world, it's available through Aerosoft. For my Canadian viewers, there's currently no option on Amazon.ca, and you can't order from Amazon US. The only option is Aerosoft, but keep in mind that shipping and import duties can make it a pricey choice. I also found a third-party seller on Amazon.ca, but they're charging double the price, so I'd steer clear of that for now. The good news is there's a discount available until December 26th, which I've included in the description below. I'll keep the description updated with any new codes, so be sure to check there before placing your order. So final thoughts. The Octavi IFR-1 is an excellent addition to any flight simmer setup. Its precision, intuitive controls, and versatility make it an ideal for general aviation, especially if you're using the G1000, The shift functionality and ease of setup are standout features that really simplified the sim experience. While it doesn't have some of the extra features of other panels like a trim wheel, which really you should be having with your throttle quadrant, the Octavi makes up for it in its immersion and flexibility. Whether you're just starting out or looking for an upgrade, it's definitely worth considering. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about the Octavi IFR-1? Would you add it to your flight sim setup? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more flight sim content. And I'll see you in this next one.